Hi, my fellow social media busters. This is Mike Savino, the social media buster, and I want to welcome you to my kitchen nook. Um, the first segment I did for you guys, 5 simple steps that a business can take in order to catch the social media wave. I did that first part in my basement, and I took you into my man cave, my shop downstairs in the basement, surrounded by all my great tools. Because in that first segment, we covered the importance of getting into social media. A lot of businesses, especially the smaller startup businesses and smaller to medium-sized businesses, are kind of still sitting on the sidelines a little bit and haven't fully realized the importance of getting into the social media game. And so we talked about that a little bit in the first part, and we talked about the first great big giant of social media that you guys need to take advantage of, and that's Facebook, with its 750 million users scattered around the world. And we talked about the importance of having a fan page in order to get that online word of mouth advertising really up and running, and branding yourself, getting your satisfied customers and clients and users of your products and services to brag about you, to like you online, and so that you can get some of that viral marketing effect that a social media platform like Facebook can give you. But I chose for the second part this kitchen nook that I'm in, and the neat thing about this kitchen nook, by the way, you might not be able to notice it, but is that it's not paneled, it's not painted, it's not wallpapered, it's actually tiled. When we first came into this house, we were told that that was something that was very Dutch, apparently, a long time ago, for them to actually put tile on their walls. And so this nook here is one of my favorite places. It's where I start my day. It's where I eat my breakfast. It's where I do a lot of my reading and my reflecting in the morning. I can stare outside, and there's a window right here, and catch the sunshine and hear the birds and all that. And I chose my kitchen for the second video segment because kitchens are warm places. It's where we get our food. It's where we prepare our meals. Sometimes it's where some of our best family conversation takes place. A lot of things happen in a kitchen that make people connect with each other. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. It's about connecting with your market, with your target audience, building a relationship with the people that you hope to draw to yourself. And one of the best ways to do that nowadays, anyway, is by blogging. And a lot of you know what blogging is. You might follow blogs. You might have read different posts in different blogs. But blog is short for web log. And what it is, it's basically an online social platform where people talk about anything and everything that's going on. And it's a great way, for example, for a company that wants to let their customers and clients know about the latest changes that might be going on, latest news and buzz going on in the company, or about different products, different services, different people maybe that have come on board, different issues that customers and clients have raised. It really is a great way to connect with your target audience. It's a great way to build that customer following, that customer loyalty, and that branding, that all-important branding. So I want to talk a little bit more about this very important component of what we call attraction marketing, trying to draw people to you, to your products, to your services, using a blogging platform. Now, of course, the end result of your blog, once you get it established, is not to sell. It's not to sell your services, your products. That's going to be a turnoff to people. The purpose of your blog is to provide content-laden, value-laden content that's going to connect to your target audience. It's going to connect to their concerns, their issues, different comments and criticisms and different things. It's a very, very important customer relations tool. So it's really important that we get into it. And so when you're considering blogging for the very, very first time, if you've never done it before, one of the things that you need to do if you're a business or even if you're an organization promoting a cause, you're even a nonprofit, you want to brainstorm. You want to get a list together of all the different groups of people, all the different little markets and target audiences and little niche groups that your business or your organization is trying to serve. And when you put that list together of all the different possible groups of people that you might be trying to serve, that will help you further develop the kind of content that your blog should have. And as you think about those people that you're trying to serve, you want to think about the issues that concern them the most, the things that they deal with, maybe different struggles that they have, different comments and concerns, maybe different things that have come through your customer service departments, different issues that have been raised over the years. Now, once you've got that figured out, that's basically your first step in getting your blog up and running. Now you want to look for a blogging platform, and there's a couple of different kinds of blogging platforms out there. You've got what's called standalone open source platforms. That would be like, for example, WordPress.org. And it's considered more of an open source because you have thousands of web developers that are involved creating these different components and enhancements that really increase the functionality of the core software in WordPress. There's hundreds, thousands of these things called plugins that they create, so that when you do create a blog on WordPress.org, it just increases the functionality of it and really helps you to customize it to make it as best as it possibly can, to really individualize it to your particular business or your organization. Problem with having a platform like that is you need a separate outside hosting site to host your blog. You also have to download software, file transfer, FTP, file transfer protocol software into your computer so that you can interact and interface with that off-site third-party hosting site. And that could be a little advanced for some. It's not that difficult to set up, but it could be a little advanced for people that are first-time bloggers. Another platform, a secondary platform, would be a self-hosted, free-to-use platform. WordPress.org is free to use too, but WordPress.com and Blogger.com, which is actually run by Google. These are free-to-use blogging platforms that you don't need an outside hosting site for. And both of these sites you can be set up in a couple of minutes, and you can be ready to blog in no time. And they're very, very popular. They hit very well on the search engines, and so they're good places to start. Blogspot.com was another one. They got absorbed, I believe, by Google also, and they're kind of interconnected there with Blogger. But WordPress.com, Blogger.com, good places to start, especially for beginners. Now, when you're blogging, when you're trying to deal with the content aspect of it, there's so many different ways that you can go with it. You can really, really be creative, but always keep the person on the other side of the screen in mind, who it is you're trying to communicate. too. Don't just use blogging as another opportunity to spam or to sell your products, sell your services. You're going to use your blog again to be value laden content and a way to connect with your people. Now you can use your blog to direct people to a capture page where you offer them something, again, something value laden that can further bring them into your marketing funnel, we call it. Um, and of course, you're going to use your blog to to feed people toward your other social media platform. You want to make sure that your blog is also connected to your Facebook fan page. You can do that through RSS feed. It's called Rich Site Summary RSS feed, and that's a very easy process to set up. Also, you can look that up very easily online. Perhaps we'll do something separate on that in the future on that. Um, but blogging is also a bridge to your other social media, uh, profiles that you have set up on other sites, and ultimately, your blog as well as your other social media sites can lead you to your website, and you can use your website for the selling aspect of it, the take aspect of it. Remember, your blog is more the give, where you're giving to people and you're connecting to people. Your website is designed more for the actual purchasing and the actual buying and selling of what goes on. So when you first get into blogging, um, you want to remember to keep it to maybe 1 to 2 minimum per week blog posts per week, and maybe 3 to 5 maximum per week. And if that sounds a little bit overwhelming to you, just you can manage it by writing, say, 3 or 4 blog posts at a time, and then you can actually hook up with a site like Hootsuite. Hootsuite.com. You can see that right below here. I've kind of put that website right below you. And Hootsuite.com will allow you to schedule the release of your blogs. You can actually schedule them to be released to your blog site as well as your other social media sites. And Hootsuite has a free service, or you can upgrade to a subscription service, which is something like $6 a month. But remember, don't forget your other social media. You want to sync your blog posts to your Facebook fan page. If you're using Twitter, you also want to do that, and we'll be covering Twitter in another segment. You want to make sure you're syncing your blog posts to LinkedIn and really any other social media that you can link it to. You really should link it to. Okay, so I hope you've gotten something out of this discussion that we've had about blogs today, and I hope it's encouraged you to pursue it as a worthwhile medium to better connect with your audience and to build your brand. All right, so until next time, this is Mike Savino, the Social Media Buster, and stay tuned for part 3, and we'll get into some of the other social media platforms that are out there free for you to use, such as YouTube and LinkedIn. And we'll talk about those in another segment. Okay, bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day.